What up, chat? Madam Slayer, welcome. Thanks for being the first chatter on YouTube. You're just a lost boy. Thank you for being first chatter on Twitch. Hello, hello. Give me a second, guys. Sorry, I'm slacking today. Fuck, I keep forgetting to change my latency on YouTube. Sorry, guys. Y'all are gonna be a little behind. Where the fuck? Oh, there. I was like, where'd my message go? I need to pin this. Alright, let me just ping the Discord real quick, chat. Bam! Hello, 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 hello. How we doing, chat? How is everybody doing? Bro, I always hate right before I'm about to travel. I'm never prepared, bro. I'm just never prepared. Today, I gotta clean my place. I gotta record this video. I gotta finish up. I gotta shoot the intros and finish up 2 videos so that I can keep my upload schedule, at least my reading Reddit upload schedule. I haven't packed yet. I need to go on my run. It is what it is, bro. Sarby trying to ruin the streak with this afternoon. Hey, you know what? That's just how it be, bro. Y'all gotta be on your toes. Thanks to everybody who came out for my stream this morning. I was just trying to make sure that my settings would work. I took my phone. I took my stream phone to the T-Mobile store. And they were like, to be honest, shout out them, because they were like, hey, it's past the, apparently they only give you a 14-day like return thing. But they were kind of like, hey, we're down to exchange the phone, but we know that these phones have this issue. We've heard that if you just update the software and change some audio settings, it fixes itself. So they did that for me, which was really nice of them. And then I just tested it in the car and it worked. So shout out T-Mobile. You know, they may have raised prices on us, but at least their customer service is decent. He's still trying to run every day, not just trying, actively successful. I think we're past 110 days in a row now. I honestly haven't been keeping track. Once I hit 100, I was like, all right, this shit does not matter anymore. 16, 47, 77, 108. Yeah, we're on 112. Nonchalant. What up, Mango? I definitely fell asleep during Saturday's stream. Hey, no worries, Dr. Pepper Addict. Dude, that was actually fun. I want to do that more often. Like, we just gamed for like 3 hours. It was great. Switching to the YouTube to put you on my TV. Hey, I appreciate that, Jester. Check IG after stream. It's not urgent, but I did share what's going on in my life. Okay, bet, Rye, I will. I hope your mom is okay. Geez, that's almost a third of the year down. Oh, I didn't even really think about it like that. To be honest, y'all, it's honestly not that hard. Like, I just make it so that I have to do anything for the run. Lowest I'll run is a mile, but typically, like, I think I average about, like, this month I'm averaging 2.4 miles a day. Month before that, it was 2.8. Month before that, it was 2.3. Month before that, it was 2.6. So there are some days where I just I'll run like a mile and a half to 2 miles. But it's not like insanely impressive, but it's kind of nice, low key. Sarby, I'm nervous about this baddie coming over. Please send good vibes. Hey, sending all the good vibes. I hope they bring the strap on that your mom took from, or that my mom took from you. Hey, no worries, Jen. You feed that kibby. Anybody have any fun plans this week? Before we get started here, I do want to get started on the stories pretty quick here, guys. I honestly just need to crank through stories today. That's my only goal right now. I have 5 more updated Reddit stories. They're not very long, but 5 will probably take us like a good hour and a half if we're good about it. Cubs versus Sox game, bro. This baseball season already restarted. Oh. The baseball season kind of goes crazy, no? University starts this week and all my friends came back to town. That's so fun, Icarus. I will turn 19 on Sunday. Happy early birthday. 25th is this Saturday and everyone keeps asking what I want to do. Oh, my 25th. Hell yeah. Dude, I'm going to be so honest. I don't do shit for my birthday. Bro, we are midway through baseball. Actually, I feel like I've heard nothing about baseball. I feel like baseball is one of those sports where you don't hear shit about it until the middle of the season. My nurse friend is going to watch my son for a night so I can go on a date with my boyfriend. W nurse friend. That's so fun. I hope you have a good date. Got any plans? I'm going to visit my girlfriend. She and I are just going to go up to her cabin over the weekend. I think that's it. I have a fun little trip that I want to take her on. It's not going to be anything like too special, but I just want to take her somewhere that I have to keep secret. Yeah, other than that, I think we're just going to chill. We're going to do some arts and crafts. We're going to go to a farmer's market. We're going to paddleboard. Probably just chill and watch movies together. I did karaoke this weekend and got recruited to the local lesbian choir thanks to my performance. You know what? That's incredible, Maya. Today is my birthday and my girlfriend got me a kitten. Oh my God, W girlfriend and happy birthday. Is it a surprise for her or do you just not want to dox yourself? No, it's a surprise for her. I don't even think it would dox me because I just can't talk about it because sometimes my girlfriend will secretly watch my streams. So I can't be revealing all my shit. I actually have 2 surprises for her, but I can't reveal them right now. Hey, what's up, Loaf Cat? Hey, no worries, Raya. Take care of yourself, okay? Lurking is peak, yeah. Everyone talking about their partners is reminding me of how single I am. Single chatters, rise up. Support Dr. Pepper Addict. Hey, I appreciate that, Maverick. Thanks for listening on the Spotify. New episode dropped this week. I'm working on... Oh, fuck. That's another thing I need to do. I want to finish editing the Trad Wife video. Fuck. I just have so much to do, bro. What I really need to do, too, I need to get a new laptop. My laptop is not good enough to edit shit anymore. Because realistically, I should just dump all the files onto my hard drive and take them with me. Or on my external hard drive, excuse me, and take them with me. But my laptop can't handle that shit anymore. Miss Luna, welcome. What laptop do you want to get? I want to get... I like MacBooks. I like MacBooks for like general productivity stuff. But my I probably should get like an actual laptop, like a PC laptop, because I'm gonna be streaming off my MacBook, which is fine, but it's not ideal. It's not very versatile. Like, for example, you have to like download this program in order to like be able to, like, if I wanted to react to a video on screen on my computer with you guys, I would have to like download this program and set up the speakers all weird to try to get the audio to be able to be recorded by the streaming software that I use. And I just don't want to do that. I really don't. It's such a pain in the ass. I have a Lenovo gaming PC, but I miss my MacBook so bad. That's so funny because that's the one that Kai told me I should get. What's the program called? It's called OBS. Pretty much everybody uses it. Low key, I mean, I don't know why you guys would need like a gaming laptop. I recommend getting a like an actual gaming computer if you're gonna actually use it, because then you can upgrade your stuff. That's probably the great thing about PCs is like they might be more expensive right off the rip, but like if you get a gaming laptop, when it ages out, you're gonna have to get a completely new one. Versus there's ways to build computers nowadays where like you can kind of like build it in a way where you can eventually upgrade it as you maybe make more money or as the parts get older. I know that's what a lot of people do, and it allows them to have like longevity with their computers. The only reason I think I need a gaming laptop is because this is my work. And it would be more beneficial for me to stream off of a laptop that is Windows based than a MacBook. But my MacBook, like all my SOPs in my business, except for like editing, like my live streams to my YouTube videos, everything else is centered around like Mac computers. So for example, my assistant, she uses AirDrop all the time because we need AirDrop for transferring files that we're going to post to like TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, things like that. It's just immensely faster. Yeah, the other thing about gaming laptops is they do overheat. Sadly, I cannot carry a PC to class. Okay, that's a little different. But even then, I like, if I'm gonna be honest, y'all, okay, this is so funny. When I was in college, I would have never recommended anybody get a MacBook or like a MacBook Air, because all of those computers before, like back between like 2016 to 2020, MacBooks would give out within like 2 years. They just were not built very well and not built to last. But that was when they had the Intel chips. Now Apple makes their own CPUs. They're called like the M1, or now I think they're up to like M4, M5 chips. Those chips are so fucking good. Like I'm complaining about my MacBook, but in theory, it still does work. It just works much, 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 much slower, which is really hard for me because I work with very large video files. If I really wanted to dive into the nitty gritty, I could make it work still. And that is a miracle because that computer is almost 5 years old now. No, just kidding. It's 4 years old now. So I always tell people, like, nowadays, I would recommend go get the MacBook Neos. If you need a laptop for class, go get a MacBook Neo. I would not recommend, now in my head, those like gaming laptops have a much shorter lifespan than like a MacBook Air or a MacBook or one of those MacBook Neos. And it's pretty incredible as of how much are those Neos? I remember looking at the price of those. Yeah, like I'm looking at one for $700 right now. Like I genuinely think any other laptop in the $700 range is not going to compare to those Neos. Like whoever came up with this thing cooked. Also, by the way, side note, I got like a 16-inch laptop for college. That is way too big. I love my little 13-inch MacBook. Like going from a 16-inch computer to a 13-inch was game changer. I have a Samsung laptop and I love it. I didn't even know they made laptops. That's why I got an iPad, because my 16-inch computer is so fucking heavy. Hey, Sarby, do you have any merch that we can get? I do not yet. I am working on that right now, but it's taking a little while. I love my Neo. Dude, if I was going to college on a budget, I would get one of those Neos, man. They're just so good. Yeah, I would get one of those or one of the old M-chip laptops off of like Amazon or something. I'm the opposite. I have the 16.5 and I want bigger. That's crazy. That's insane. Do you use OBS to stream and at the same time record your streams, or do you get the VOD directly from Twitch? It depends. So I use OBS to record the things that I want to be higher quality. So my reading Reddit stuff, that I use OBS for. My reaction segments, that I use OBS for. Right now, when I finish a stream, I upload that stream from Twitch to my VOD channel, And then also my editor who runs my Sarby live channel, she grabs the raw files from Twitch. So a little bit of a mixture of both. I really do need to check one of these days how that quality lines up with the quality of like my OBS streams. I'm sure it's negligible, but it really just comes down to when my, excuse me guys, I'm burpy today. When I make my short form content, the higher the quality, because it's cropping in on me, the higher the quality, the better it'll look, you know, in the long run. But it really, I honestly think, because for me, it doesn't matter because I pay for like storage on Google Drive. My computer has 8 terabytes of storage. Like I can deal with having larger files from OBS. I would say like if you're in the position that I was in before, like I wish I didn't even know that you could just download VODs from Twitch. If I had known that prior, I would have probably just gotten my VODs from Twitch. And that would have saved me so much storage on my computer. Damn, now y'all talking about underwear. You just reminded me that I can play Sims on my Mac. Yeah, Macs are not good for gaming. That's the only thing I'll say. You really can't play video games on a Mac. Wait, this reminds me to order the pair of boxers with my face on them. Bro, what? Bitch, I play so much Sims on my Mac. I mean, you can do it. It's not optimal. You're probably cooking your MacBook. But I mean, that also comes from the guy who's like rendered hella videos on his. Like my MacBook's pretty damn cooked. I just take good care of my computers. That's, you know, I say as I keep looking at my computer and I'm like, I need to get compressed air. Actually, I should give that quest to Marie low-key. I keep forgetting I need to like order another credit card for my business so that Marie can have one for me so I can just send her to go get stuff for me. Like that would be perfect. All right, chat. We have yapped way too long. Let's get on to the reading. Let's get on to the reading portion, y'all. Yum compressed air. You right. You reminded me I need to order a new debit card. Oh yeah, I definitely have a new debit card that I have not activated yet. I don't fucking use my, y'all chat. The only time I ever have used a debit card in I'd say the last 2 years is when I go to the dispensary. That is genuinely, like, everything else I put on a credit card. Because, like, why the fuck would I pay for something and not get some extra points back? You know what I'm saying? But, like, at dispensaries, you literally can't pay with credit cards or else it's, like, a federal crime or something like that. ATM? I don't go to ATMs, bruh. I really don't. Sarby dodging the pregnancy accusations. I just can't let you guys know. I'm pregnant. I'm pregurginated. Restart the recording. Thank you. Good reminder. 25, 26. I don't trust ATMs. I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair. I rarely ever need cash for anything. Last time I got cash was when my dad was in town and he wanted to gamble. It's the only time. And even then, I usually prefer to go into the bank and pull it out. Damn, Sam was working overtime. No, for real. Sam is impregnating me. What do you think I'm going out to visit her for? Not Pregby. That's crazy. Pregby is insane. Get the mints before you go see your girl. What are you talking about, Jen? We are children of God. We would never do that. What do you mean, bro? Hey, Bree, thank you for resubscribing for 12 months at tier 1. Been subscribed for 10. Thank you. Devil out of Avocado, thank you for subscribing for 1 month at tier 1. Thank you for being a part of the tier 1 sub gang. Squiggly Owl, thank you for resubscribing for 3 months at tier 1. Been subscribed for 3 months. Glad you're here as well. Sakura, thank you for resubscribing with Prime. Thank you, thank you. Cutting those Daddy Bezos profits. Clut Loops, thank you for the bits. Icarus, thank you for resubscribing for 5 months at tier 1. Been subscribed for 8 months. And Clut Loops, thank you for resubscribing for 1 month at tier 1. Been subscribed for 2 months. You guys are too nice to me. Y'all are too nice to me, Loki. Thank you guys for being all supportive. I appreciate it. You don't have mattress money? Nah, bro. No. I don't know. I think mattress money, like, don't get me wrong, I understand it, but at that point, you might as well just put it into, like, gold or something. Like, you might as well just buy something gold that is, like, a valuable asset. Because in this day and age, if you have your money sitting under a mattress, then it's just not accruing interest for you in any way, shape, or form, whether that's you invest it or if you have it in a high-yield savings account. I am once again recommending Robinhood. They have, if you pay for their gold, it's like $50 a year, and you get like a really high interest rate on your cash that you hold in there, and then their credit card rips. My mattress got a hole in it near where I lay down. Are you like chewing on that shit, bro? Also, much easier to grab one valuable item in a fire than a whole mattress full of money. I mean, I think a bar of gold would withstand that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if you have a good safe. I mean, if the house catches on fire, I'm grabbing beans, you know? Like, fuck some gold. I'm trying to think. I'd probably just grab my phone and beans and skedaddle, you know? That's what I would do. Bro got hungry? Yeah, Lee out here eating her mattress, bro. For real. Alrighty, chat, let's get it started. If you guys are on the YouTube, make sure to like up the stream. We got 65 people watching, 24 likes. I know we could get those numbers up. All right. Oh, now we have 69 viewers. Nice, chat. If you guys are on the Twitch, make sure to follow no matter where you're at. Turn on the post notice so you can be notified whenever I go live, baby. Here we go. My boyfriend faked his death and then called my reaction manipulative. Originally posted to r/relationship advice on October 2nd, 2021. Me and my boyfriend, I'm 21 female, he's 24 male. Together for 3 years, live apart, but have/had plans to rent together soon. Everything perfect before this. Backstory. I have a history with self-harm. Have done it since I was 11 years old. The last time I did it was 2 years ago. I have some brutal scars, but I'm doing much better and I'm in therapy. It's been a while since I even had the urge. My boyfriend had an ex before me who played mind games a lot. I feel it's relevant as he sometimes thinks I'm playing games when I'm not. For example, he was wary when we started dating that I would self-harm for attention or do it to punish him. In parentheses, his ex would threaten things like that if he ever left her. I don't/haven't ever done this, and despite my struggles, I am pretty good with being patient and communicative. Until this, I considered us to have a really healthy relationship. Interesting. I don't know if I would call this healthy. I think the only way I would maybe say that this, like, this is kind of a wild thing for someone to do to you at the beginning of a relationship. I guess I also want to know, is he in therapy too? Like, I know you're in therapy working on your shit, but like, this sounds like some shit that he needs to work on a therapist with. The main story. My boyfriend went out drinking with his friends. I usually hear from him as he gets home, around 2 a.m.-ish to let me know if he is home and safe, but I didn't hear anything last night. I figured he just forgot. No biggie. I went to bed as normal. I woke up at 11 a.m. to a bunch of missed calls from his mother. They live together. I called her back and she texted me at 1 p.m. that she couldn't talk. I was kind of worried and told her as much. She said my boyfriend didn't get home last night and was in a crash and didn't make it. This was super weird to me since I get on well with his mom and would never expect to be told this via text. After some more texting, I fully believed my boyfriend had passed away that morning and I totally shut down. The people I live with were all out that day, so I was alone. Grief set in immediately and I had an extremely bad relapse on my self-harm. I was gonna say, bro, I mean, we kind of already know based off the title what he's doing here. That is an insane thing to do to your partner when you know how they react to stress and grief. Or I guess I should just say blanket statement it, negative emotions. At that point, I didn't even care. I was just hurting so much and my usual coping techniques just weren't doing their job. I listened to old voice notes of his and even sent one telling him how much I loved him through the most unhinged sobbing I've ever done. Well, he arrived at my house 20 minutes later, saying it was a prank, since he got into a small bump and thought I'd get mad about him driving drunk, as well as... Wait. He was driving drunk? Which he knows that you'd get mad about, as you should. And so his response is to pull a fucked up prank on you, making you think he died. Which should be something on his radar that would potentially cause his girlfriend with a history of self-harm to potentially self-harm herself. Like, what are we fucking talking about? This guy is straight out of Satan's asshole. And thought I'd get mad about him driving drunk, as well as about him mushing up his car a little. And him and his friends came up with this plan to just make me happy he was all right. That's manipulative. Hey, what if we make her think you died so that when you tell her the truth, she'll just be so happy that you're not dead? So they took his mom's phone and the above happened. I obviously was thankful he wasn't dead, but I had a million other much stronger emotions. I was so angry he drove drunk. So angry he saw nothing wrong with it. So angry that he would lie about something so serious, and absolutely heartbroken that he let me sit in grief for over an hour until I sent a voice note that made him feel bad. Plus lots of other things I'm still struggling to articulate. He found out I harmed and flew off the handle. He said I punished him and turned a harmless prank into something more serious and ruined the joke of it. Anything but accountability. Like, literally anything but just being like, oh, fuck. I caused my girlfriend to self-harm because I'm a fucking idiot. Nope. Hey, I know you thought I was dead, but somehow this is manipulative towards me because you should have known that I was actually alive and you only did this to make me feel bad. Oh, God. Like, bro, public execution. Castration isn't enough here. He said I was guilting him for having fun, and now he can't trust I won't do it again. He even suggested I stay at a hospital for my mental issues for a few weeks and crank up therapy. He said he can't leave me if he wants. He said he can't leave me if he wants now, or else I'll act like this, just like his ex. I am beyond... Like, bro, stop bringing up your fucking ex, dog. Like, it's been 2 years. I'm beyond hurt. I probably should look into therapy if I'm still resorting to it. I admit. No. I mean, yes, stay in therapy. Sorry, that's not what I meant, but you're not the problem here. He's the problem. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't want you to self-harm, but I understand being like, I was so grief-stricken by thinking that my boyfriend of 2 years died in a car accident that I relapsed. Like, if it was anything else too, I would understand. If it was alcoholism, if it was drugs, like, dude, he did that to you. I probably should look into therapy if I'm still resorting to it, I admit, but this was not an everyday bout of anxiety or even a breakup. I thought he had died. I'm also very aware that his actions were massively shitty and he's being so manipulative in the aftermath. How is it a punishment if I thought he was dead? I absolutely would not react like this if he just broke up with me, and I have never said or hinted at that. Not really sure what to do now. My gut tells me to leave him over this, but I'm so unsure. Girl, listen to your gut. Listen to your gut. Oh my God. This is level 9,000 evil shit. Holy red flag city, by the way. Drunk driving, is willing to pull a manipulative prank to try to get himself, to try to frame himself in a better light after drunk driving and crashing his car. And then on top of that, little cherry on top, you did this to your partner who has a history of self-harming. Like, I can't believe you wouldn't have put it together of like, hey, maybe this would be something that could trigger a relapse. Like, wholly fucking unaware of your partner. Hey, chicken sandwich is engaged. Chicken sandwich, congrats. I think you were talking about doing that in the previous stream, right? Or am I tripping? Maybe I'm tripping. What a crazy time to announce your engagement, by the way, chicken sandwich. Always wonder, was his ex crazy or did he drive her crazy? Okay, bouncy ball, this might be controversial. I think crazy attracts crazy. Sue me, bro. Sue me. I think they both could. I think they both could. If OP's pulling this shit, or sorry, if the boyfriend's pulling this shit on OP, there's no way that there wasn't maybe some mutual craziness in that relationship. Bro, insane. Guys, I'm gonna jump to the relevant comments. I'm sure you guys said some very important things, but chat's low-key getting flooded by everybody saying congrats to chicken sandwich. But as we should, but I'm gonna keep going here. We get a couple of OOP's comments. I'm not gonna read this. I'm not gonna read this first part, but at the end of this comment, a commenter said, speaking of the accident, did he leave the scene of an accident while he was driving drunk, or was he late getting home because he got a DUI? OP said he bumped into a fence post, so luckily nobody was injured, but the potential was there, as well as the carelessness. I don't know if he was late or not, honestly. I think he planned this almost immediately and not texting me all night as part of it. I guess, thank God nobody was hurt, but like, low key, you should snitch on your boyfriend. Hey, I know the guy that hit this fence post. I'm sure it's somebody's fence post, so like. This commenter said what we said. For the record, he sometimes thinks I'm playing mind games like his ex tells me this is not at all. tells me this is not an all-around otherwise healthy relationship. I'm sure it has some good, but it's not otherwise completely healthy. You just can't convince me that a man that thinks like this is somebody that you're in a healthy relationship with. Well, I'm just going to finish out this comment. It's also very concerning to me that when he saw you self-harmed, sorry. It's also very concerning to me that when he saw you self-harmed, his reaction was to get upset with you. He couldn't empathize or sympathize with the self-harm or the thinking your boyfriend died or any of it. He can't admit he was wrong for any part of this, and that's enough to break up, in my opinion. At least hold off on moving in together. No, I think you got to break up. I think this part is so important. If your partner can't even admit that they're wrong when they're so clearly in the wrong, they're not going to grow out of that. Maybe you should get more therapy just for a bit to talk about the situation. This is beyond traumatic and you don't deserve that. Opie said, sorry, he only felt that way in the beginning of our relationship as that was his only experience with someone who self-harms, but it hadn't been an issue for years now. I do feel that we worked through it, and he has always been supportive during my urges when I first tried to stop, and even supportive during a relapse. That's kind of why I'm unsure now. All of this behavior is out of the blue. I know people are going to think I'm mentally weak or some shit, but I can and do recognize manipulative behavior, and I promise this is the first case of it I've seen with him. Definitely continuing therapy. I don't know, man. I mean, maybe he was just able to keep his mask on for 2 years, but that jump is kind of crazy in my opinion, bro. Yeah, you guys are saying it. No way that's the first time. Yeah. Just holy shit, man. I mean, at the end of the day, void anything else in their relationship, I feel like you can't come back from this. And or you shouldn't, you know? Like, I don't think this woman is safe with this man. Like, I think it would maybe, and I stretch this insanely, maybe salvageable if he had come home, realized that what he did caused his girlfriend to self-harm and repented immediately. I would think it's maybe salvageable. And that's a big maybe. He couldn't even do that. He not only couldn't admit that he was wrong, but then turned it on you and called you manipulative. Like, I'm sorry, you should not stay with this man. He is showing who he is. Believe him. Like, he's showing who he is. I know that before he hadn't done any of this, allegedly. But, like, now he just revealed the curtain. He just pulled down the curtain on a giant billboard with neon lights saying, I will manipulate the fuck out of you, I will gaslight you, and I will make you feel bad about it. Listen to the billboard, girl, please. Yeah, even if he cared that man drove drunk, exactly. I feel like we should also not just completely look over that part. That is also a red flag. Insane, man. Insane. Oh fuck, there are ads in progress, chat. I do have to keep going today, guys. I'm sorry if you're stuck in ad jail. But we do need to kind of keep the ball rolling today, all right, chat? Okay. Update post October 15, 2021, 13 days later. Long story short, I broke up with him for the following reasons. 1, drunk driving, in parentheses, endangering himself and others. 2, took his mother's phone and made me think it was her, in parentheses, deception. Wow, I forgot to touch on that, but OP is totally right. 3, telling me he was dead, deception / extreme emotional stress. 4, letting me think that for hours. In parentheses, I could list every negative trait for that one. Borderline sociopathic behavior. 5, not being sorry for any of those things, in parentheses, twat. 6, telling me I'm too sensitive, in parentheses, invalidation, shifting blame. 7, being mad at me for relapsing, in parentheses, unsupportive, uncaring, unkind. I mean, I think we should throw in here like manipulative, gaslighting, but like, you know what? Hell yeah, you go, girl. I still won't blame him for the relapse, though, as many people here wanted me to. That is on me, and I'm still going to therapy regularly for that. Okay. Okay, in a lot of ways, I have to admire OP for like wanting to take power in their own decisions. That being said, I think blame can be multiple people. It's not black and white. While yes, I do think that you can say it is on you, at the end of the day, he did some fucked up shit that led to you doing that. So I don't know. I feel like we shouldn't just let this man have no culpability in that. But I like the framing. I think this is a healthy way for her to get better in the future with self-harm and have a better relationship. And have a better relationship with herself. So for those interested, I took a few days to myself. I did speak over the phone to his mom, and she was incredibly apologetic on his behalf. I taught her how to put a passcode on her phone. Dude, if I'm that, I hope that mom berated his ass. How old is this kid again? 24 male. If your 24-year-old son is pulling this shit, like, you gotta kick that motherfucker out, you know? After that, we met up and I outlined the things I listed above. He seemed apologetic and sincere about all of them and listened to me well. Unfortunately, he didn't quite understand that being apologetic wouldn't get me to change my mind on ending the relationship, so his true colors came out in the end. He got annoyed at me for ending it and again told me I was dramatic and other invalidating arguments. Typical. Wouldn't expect anything less. Oh, well, I said what I needed to say and that's enough closure for me. Good. I like that. You can't ever get closure from somebody else. You can never depend on closure from somebody else's actions or words. Like, this man is going to be an immature man-child who just wants to manipulate and gaslight his partner for the rest of his life. You can't depend on him for closure in this scenario. I do love that OP's trying to take things by the reins and think about what she can control and the things that she can give herself. I really do love that. But man, is that guy fucking evil. Tell his mom to prank him by saying he's adopted or he's the neighbor's son. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. 100%. Or just like kick him out, man. It sounds like he lives with his mom. How else would he have just readily had access to his mom's phone? That's so funny. Oh, post confirmed he lived with his mom? Oh. Hey. Oh my God, we do have 100 viewers over on the Twitch. Thank you, guys. Chicken Sandwich, thank you for resubscribing for 8 months at tier 1. Been subscribed for 15 months. I appreciate you, Chicken. Thank you. Fly Girl, thank you very much. Congrats again on the engagement, baby. All right, no more gifted subs from you. No more gifted memberships. You must save for your wedding now. I don't make the rules, even though I do. Alrighty, chat. Let's keep it rocking and ripping and ripping and rocking. Hopefully these next couple ones aren't as evil, but I guess we'll find out. If you guys are on the YouTube, make sure to like up the stream. We got 88 people watching, 41 likes. I know we could get that to 50. If you guys are on the Twitch, make sure to follow. No matter where you're at, turn on those post notifications so you can be notified whenever I go live. Oh yeah, Raya, you missed it. Chicken Sandwich got engaged. All right, here we go. My fiance went on a girls' camping trip. I found out guys were there too, and I saw a text that said, well, at least you got your bachelorette party out of the way. 21 male OP, 21 female fiance. Wow, just so young, bro. Posted in r/relationship advice May 18th, 2021. Fiance and I have planned, Fiance and I have wedding planned for about a month from today. This past weekend, she went on what was supposed to be a girls-only camping trip to a lake. She was completely out of touch from Friday afternoon to Sunday evening. I was okay with this because she said she really needed the break. When she got home, she didn't even say hello and just started laundry, which I thought was a little sus, but she said it was because all of her stuff was dirty, which I guess made sense. As Sunday night went on, she kind of kept slipping that there had been guys there. At first it was just her friend's boyfriend, but it turns out the guys actually outnumbered the girls. I accused her of tickle-truthing me. Did he mean trickle-truthing? Or is it tickle? Okay, it is trickle. Okay, I was like, no way, no way it's called tickle-truthing. That's so funny. Honestly, tickle is even funnier. I accused her of trickle-truthing me, and she said I was being a dick. As we were fighting, a text came on her phone, and I swear it said, at least you got the bachelorette party out of the way. It was from JJ, and I can't for the life of me think who that is, nor do I have any context about the conversation as a whole. She says the text didn't say anything like that and accused me of spying on her. I said it's not spying if her phone was on the couch between us and the message was on her lock screen. She got furious and left, and I haven't heard from her for 2 days. She turned off Find My Friends, so I have no idea where she is. What the hell do I do here? I mean, I know what my instincts tell me, but instincts aren't always right. I don't know, man. This whole thing's kind of sus. Like, I think my spidey senses would be tingling too. She went on a trip that she communicated to you was a girls only trip, and then slowly started communicating that guys were there. And then she got really defensive when you were like, hey, so that's a little suspect. Yeah, I'm not fucking with the girlfriend, man. I think this is one of those cases where I'm kind of like, you low-key, especially since you've kind of already seen something on the phone that was a little suspicious. I low-key have to kind of be like, you might need to check that shit, man. I don't like it, chat. Yeah, you guys are all saying it like cheater senses alert. Yeah, this is so fishy, man. At least you got the bachelorette trip out of the way. Sounds rough. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, bro. I think this isn't going anywhere good. Okay, there is an edit on this. Edit, people keep asking for an update. There really isn't one. It's Wednesday morning and I haven't heard from her. She hasn't been here for her work clothes and her parents don't know, in parentheses, or aren't saying where she is. They said they aren't worried though, so I assume she's safe. I'm just trying to deal and figure out what the next step is. We were supposed to do a meeting with the caterer today, so I guess I'll go to the meeting and see if she or her parents show up. That will tell me a lot. I mean, listen, bro. Either way, I mean, they are 21, which I would recommend to anybody at the age of 21. I don't care how long you've been dating. Don't get married. There's no reason to, bro. Like, there just genuinely is no reason to get married to somebody at this age. Change my mind, bro. Where's my fucking mug? Like, oh, and what's your argument, Sarby? Oh, it's the fact that this 21-year-old, instead of communicating with her partner about something difficult going on in their relationship, decides to walk out, disappear for more than 2 days, and turn off their location. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if your partner does that, they are not partner material, and they are not mature enough to be interacting with you. Call me crazy. Call me fucking crazy, bro. Let's see. It's Wednesday morning and I haven't heard from her. What was May 18th, 2021? Okay, it was a Tuesday. So the next day. So she's been gone for 3 days. Yeah, bro, that's crazy. Me personally, I think that's a wake-up call. Hey, this person isn't mature enough to be getting married, bruh. As I would argue most 21-year-olds aren't. Baby boo, she tickled a pickle, no doubt. Yeah, unfortunately. For the streets, says PB. I agree. Hey, what up, Rose? Oh my God, wait, Rose. Sorry, I can't remember if the lore came out from... Wait, Rose, am I losing my mind? Did you say that you were engaged at one point? Or am I tripping? Am I mixing you up with someone else? Or was that, wait, no, that wasn't Tori. Oh my God, it was Rose. Wait, Rose, can I ask how old you guys were? Because that's not a thing anymore, right? Hippie mom, please don't get married at 21. Ask me how I know. Hippie mom, how do you know? Enlighten us. 19 to 22? Rose! Okay, so your retweet was, yes, I made this mistake. Please don't. I promise I am older than 21. W Chicken Sandwich. Shout out Chicken Sandwich. Waited till he was an adult age to get engaged. We love that for Chicken. That's crazy. Bro, insane, y'all. Okay, so we have multiple chat cases. Sorry, we have multiple cases in chat of people being like, I did something, whether engaged or married at 21, bad move. Please, y'all. Like, I feel like people shit on me for this, and I actually don't think it's that hot of a take. I think this is a pretty sound take, in my opinion, and I will stick to it till the day I die, bro. If I have a daughter, if I have a son, I'm going to encourage them like, hey, explore relationships. Go for long-term relationships. That being said, there's literally no rush to get married to them. Grow into the people that you are going to become in your late 20s, early 30s, and then get married. Only thing I can maybe think of is like if you guys want to have kids like in your late 20s, because I know the older you get, the harder it is or the riskier it is. That's fine. I totally understand. But like, give it time. Please. Please. Okay, chat. Let's read this update. Please tell me you call off the marriage. Please. Please. May 20th, 2021, 2 days later, we're getting this update. I did a small update yesterday that was still... Oh, sorry. I did a small update yesterday that I was still going to go to the catering meeting yesterday afternoon. I guess, keep in mind, that I hadn't heard from her since she had stormed out on Sunday. In parentheses, still haven't actually. I texted her Wednesday morning telling her what my plan was, and while I could see the text was delivered, I never got a red receipt like usual. I went to the meeting and she and her parents were no-shows. Caterer said that they didn't cancel, so she was expecting them. I waited for about 30 minutes and went home. Another red flag, by the way. Got home to see her parents, and about 5 of her dad's employees, in parentheses, still in their work shirts, packing up stuff from my house. She hurriedly got in her car and drove away. Her mom was super rude to me, but her dad said he was really sorry. He thought he'd raised her better than this, but this was for the best. Oh? I asked him where she was going, and he said he didn't know, but I think he was lying. I did stay in the house to make sure they only took her stuff. For those of you asking, she never wanted a ring, so there wasn't one to get back from her. Okay. I mean, I guess that's a good thing, but I don't know. Maybe some psychologists can dive into the psychology of that, but to me, that screams she was never even committed to this thing in the first place. Like, call me crazy, y'all. If I get engaged to someone, the least I want is for them to wear, for us to wear something that very visually people can see and be like, oh, that person's taken. Bare minimum. Our lease was up at the end of this month, and landlord said he'd fully Our lease was up at the end of this month, and landlord said he'd fully refund the deposits, or I could stay if I want. Not sure what to do there. I feel like you gotta go, bro. It's gonna feel like that ghost in your house type beat, where you just start thinking like, oh, we used to cuddle over there and like cook over there. Like, it's fresh start time, my boy. Later that evening, a friend of hers called to check on me, and it's really the first info I have on why this is all happening. This friend was there, and I guess my fiance really hit it off with some guy, and they spent the whole weekend at another campsite by themselves. Surely they were reading the Bible / sarcasm. Fiance is not telling her friends anything either, but I guess I've been left for the camping guy. Have no idea. She hasn't responded to any texts or calls, and I don't even know how to find her if I wanted to. I know most people are going to say this is for the best, and I know in my head they are right, but this hurts so much. I've been with her for 3 years now, and I thought we had a great relationship. We fought, but in a healthy way. Never in a million years did I think this could happen. I guess what makes it so hard is I don't even really know what happened. Even her closest friends seem to be speculating. If it was this guy, then that sucks. If it was a long-running problem she never told me about, that sucks too. I'm just really sad and in a state of shock. That's it on this. I'll be okay eventually, I'm sure. Yeah, man. I mean, I think you just have to keep framing it as like, thank God you didn't marry her. This does suck. I don't want to diminish that. And this woman is fucking awful, but like, at least you didn't get legally tied to this fucking awful person. You know? If it wasn't now, it would have been later. That's crazy, bro. I don't know why, y'all. The no ring thing is really rubbing me the wrong way. I think if somebody did, call me crazy, but I think if my partner said they didn't want a ring, I would see that as a red flag. Might be a little controversial there, but like, I'm sorry. Like, I've talked about this on stream. I would be down if I'm really committed to somebody and like, we're not even engaged yet, but like, I pretty much know she's gonna be my wife. Like, I'll just fucking wear a ring so that people will leave me the fuck alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way I look at it, is like, the part of the ring is to tell people to fuck off. You know? I think it's a red flag, man. Who doesn't want a ring? That shit's cool as hell. She wanted a backup until she found something better. Yeah, that's probably exactly what was happening here. God, I hope that guy fucking breaks her heart. Oh, shit. What's the timeline on this? Manifesting? Wait, chat. Manifesting? Oh, this isn't going to make any sense in the video. Oh, I know how to say it. Manifesting the energy of the guy from the boyfriend faking death story is the type of energy of this man that OP's fiance left him for. Does that make sense? I think because of the order of stories in this video, that story is going to come after. But if you're on the YouTube, it will all make sense if you stick around and watch the rest of the video and bring up my average view duration. When you manipulate viewers on your channel. Sorry guys. I don't hate the player, hate the game. I was not here early enough to know ball. No, Cookie Craze. You can always watch the VODs later, guys. The VODs are live on Twitch for about a month, I think. And then the VODs are live on my YouTube. And then also we have a VOD channel that I've been, well, one of my editors has been posting to. I don't know how on top of it she's been, but I think relatively. Chat, I have to pee so bad. Let me run ads on Twitch really quick. I'm going to pee, and then we're going to go to the next story. Okay, guys? Stick around. And thank you guys for over 200 people on both the YouTube and the Twitch. Y'all are goated. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Okay. Oh, is Beans here? Are you guys trying to summon Beans? I love when I leave, y'all just trying to summon Beans the entire time, bro. y'all care about one thing, and it's my beautiful Kibby. That's so fair, to be completely honest. I get it. I get it, bro. I love hymns. I love hymns. Alrighty, chat. We are good. We are good. No more ads running. Let's do it. If you guys are on the YouTube, make sure to like up the stream. We got 98 people watching, 55 likes. I know we could get that up to 60. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. If you guys haven't liked the stream yet, please do so. If you guys are on the Twitch, make sure to follow no matter where you're at. Turn on those post noties so you can be notified whenever I go live, baby. Here we go. My ex-wife divorced me after she got cancer so that she could leave first. Now she wants to come back. Should I give her another chance? Originally posted to r/relationship advice May 23rd, 2023. I met my wife, I'll call her Anna, during our first year of I met my wife, I'll call her Anna, during our first year of university. We dated through university and got married right after her graduation. Things were happy for about a while until Anna discovered she had a lump in her right breast. I encouraged her to have it checked out. She was reluctant to do so, but ultimately did because breast cancer runs in her family. And sure enough, that's what she had. The good news, the good news, if it can be considered good news, was that the breast cancer she had was extremely treatable with chemo and radiation. Based on her family history, her doctor also recommended a double mastectomy for her. This put Anna in a really dark place. I suggested she go to therapy, but she outright refused and said she never wanted to hear me suggest that again. I'm trying to be sympathetic because Anna's definitely in a really, really bad place. But I don't know, man. I feel like it's 2026. Not being open to therapy is kind of a red flag. Yeah, you guys are saying it. Why reject therapy so vehemently? Like exactly. So I did my best to be encouraging and supportive to her. I took time off work to be at every appointment with her. I took on 100% of the household chores, both inside and out. I did all the shopping. I drove Anna everywhere she wanted to go. I planned out special dates for us. I gave her an hour-long foot massage every night. I literally did whatever I could. About 6 weeks into her treatment, Anna brought up the idea of going to stay with her sister Sarah for a week. This honestly relieved me as I was burning the candle at both ends, trying to accomplish everything. And I thought some time apart would help us both. Two nights into her stay with 2 nights into her stay with Sarah, Anna called me and said she wanted a divorce. She said she had read a lot about men who abandoned their wives when their wives got sick, and she was determined to leave me before I could leave her. I can't put into words how much this crushed me. I loved my wife. She was my everything. I begged her to reconsider. I told her I had never thought of leaving her, not even once. I asked her again to go to therapy. She refused again. I asked her to go to couples therapy with me. She wouldn't. I asked her what I could do to convince her I wanted to stay. She said there was nothing. I'm a man and therefore I would leave. End of story. Yeah, you guys are saying it. S tier self sabotage. Like, and I think this goes back for me to like the vehemently rejecting therapy thing. Clearly, she doesn't have good coping mechanisms, coping skills with her negative emotions. Like, if you're feeling anxious or worried about your partner leaving you, because she is right, men do have a pattern of leaving their sick wives, talk to your husband about it. You know? How are you feeling? Is this something you're considering? I know you're doing a lot right now. Are you reaching your wits' end? Can you do this for multiple months to go? You know, like, she didn't even give him a chance. Like, while she is right about the statistic, she didn't even give him a chance to prove the statistic wrong. And I just have a problem with that. Also, how does this benefit her? Is she work? Oh, you know what? I bet they're not in America. Because they were calling it university, not college. Okay. I was just about to say, I was like, in America, you got to milk that man for his insurance. You know what I'm saying? But that's a bad way to put it. But you know what I mean. It took about a year because of where we live, thanks COVID, but eventually everything was finalized. I ended up selling the house and splitting the proceeds between me and my now ex-wife. I didn't want to stay in the town anymore, so I put in a transfer request at my job and ended up moving to a town about 2 hours away. For the past couple of years, I've been focusing on myself more. I got a dog. I've been on a few dates, but nothing serious. I picked up hiking as a hobby and started gardening. Out of the blue, Anna called me 3 weeks ago. She said she'd been in town on a trip with friends and saw me, and all of her old feelings rushed back. She said she was sick and out of her mind at the time, and that I couldn't hold her words or her actions against her. Okay, y'all might hate me for this, but I feel like that's a cop out. To me, that screams that she's not taking accountability for what she did. Would you guys agree with that, or are we disagreeing with it? Okay, all right, okay, good. I was gonna say, I was like, listen, I think sickness can do things to you that don't allow you to think straight. But at the end of the day, while your sickness might have pointed the gun, you were the one that pulled the trigger. And you have to at least own up to pulling the trigger. Me personally, that's how I feel about it. If you pulled that damn trigger, you better be able to at least acknowledge that you did it and that you're sorry for it and that, yeah, maybe the sickness was helping point the gun, but like you have culpability in that as well. It doesn't feel like she's taking any culpability here. Like, I'm very curious if OP is going to ask her if she went to therapy or not. She said she still loved me and that she always had and that she regretted leaving me. She begged me to give her another chance. I'm so confused. If I'm being honest, I still love Anna, but I am no longer in love with her. She broke my heart. I was devastated when she ended things. It took me a long time to get my head on right, but I also know she really was in a bad place because of the cancer. Do I owe it to her? And what we had to hear her out. I'm scared that if we reconnect, I'll always feel like she'll have one foot out the door, but maybe that's unfair. I don't know what to do. Should I give her another chance like she wants? Honestly, y'all, for me, this is a needs more information. I think if you really wanted to try it, bare minimum, she needs to be in therapy. Even then, I would still want to really press her of like, okay, I know you were sick and like that messes with your mind, but like you have to take accountability for what you did. This isn't just like hands clean, oopsies, my bad, but also not really my bad because I was sick. This is, hey, bro, you were the one who ruined our marriage. I was down to do whatever it took. You just assumed that I wasn't. And also, now that I'm saying that out loud, I'm kind of sitting here like, do you really want a partner who's going to assume the worst of you no matter what? Like, this would kind of hurt my feelings if my girlfriend said this about me. Like, you know, I hope she's with me knowing that I'm not that type of guy. Yeah, I don't know, man. Hey, welcome to the stream, Celestial Star. Yeah, y'all, I'm debating. Like, is it even worth him meeting up with her? Oh, some of you guys in chat are pointing out that while men definitely leave their partners at higher rates when their partners are sick, women's do it. Women do it too. There's definitely a discrepancy, but it's not that wide. Interesting. I didn't know that. You can still have love for someone, even be in love with someone, but love alone is not enough to sustain a good, healthy relationship. You know what, Kitten Posey? I actually agree. I think for this to truly work, the wife needs to have changed in a lot of ways, and I'm just very pessimistic about that being the case. But I guess we'll fuck around and find out really quick, huh? Update May 26, 2023, 3 days later. It's a little soon for me, chat. Here we go. Many of you suggested I reach out to my ex-wife Anna for an in-person conversation. The overwhelming consensus was that meeting The overwhelming consensus was that meeting her in person would tell me all I needed to know, and you were right. That seemed reasonable to me. I texted her and she jumped at the chance to meet, and we did so yesterday after I was done with work. I chose to ask her to meet at a local coffee shop. Maybe it sounds bad, but I didn't want to meet her at my house or anywhere private just in case. I actually think that's really smart. Anyway, Anna was already there when I got there. She got up and hugged me. I let her, but I didn't hug her back. Then we sat down. I asked her to remain quiet while I talked, and then I told her everything. I'm going to sum it up here because I honestly don't remember everything I said. I think I talked for like 10 minutes solid while she just sat there and teared up. But I told her things like how much she had devastated me. I told her that I would have stuck with her through thick and thin no matter what. I told her that I loved her and that I hadn't changed. And that hadn't changed after her diagnosis or treatment plan. I told her that I was broken after she initiated the divorce. I told her how hard it was for me to pull myself back together. A lot of you pointed out that if Anna and I got back together, I should be worried about what she would do the next time she got sick, or if I got sick. And you were right, so I told her that too. And she got mad and interrupted me at that point. Oh my God, chat, something that we didn't even address is maybe she was projecting. Like, I feel like that comes up a lot when I make these videos, or excuse me, when we read these stories, is like, there seems to be a very like projection vibe. It could be a very projection vibe. And this is interesting that this is the part that she gets mad and interrupts OP at. She said I was being unfair, that I wasn't taking into consideration her mental health at the time. She said she wasn't thinking straight, but that now she was. I took the chance to ask her if she'd been to therapy. She told me she hadn't, and that she had no plans to, and that she didn't need it. I have to admit that crushed me a little. I mean, that's all I need to know, chat. She healed from the sickness, but not from the mental illness. I asked her why. Just why? It's the one question I've really wrestled with over the months. And she said that she'd gone looking for support groups and found a lot of women who had stories about their partners leaving. She even mentioned Reddit, funnily enough. She said she talked it through with her sister, Sarah. Anna said that Sarah, to her credit, had tried to dissuade her from divorcing me. But that between social media and some of Anna's friends, Anna felt like that she had to go through with it to be seen as a strong woman. Okay, first off, Anna's friends are assholes. You know what, chat? As much as, like, I understand that men leave women all the time and that there is this, like, embarrassment that comes along with, like, breakups or anything like that where you feel embarrassed that, like, this relationship didn't work out. I think what's strong of any person, let alone a woman, that's more strong than that is fully trusting your partner and yourself that you chose a partner who will stick through those hard times with you. You might be wrong, you know? Like, I think people are proven time and time again that they're wrong, but I think it's stronger to give that trust to somebody and allow them to break it than to not give that trust to the person that you made a commitment that you would trust to the utmost level. And it sucks that, like, nowadays people are given, like, people feel that pressure of, like, embarrassment or, like, they have to be strong by, like, getting ahead of the game and whatnot. But I think she's just flawed in her logic. Anna needs therapy and to be single for several years. I agree, so. This is like toxic masculinity, but for sick women. As if a woman can't be strong if her spouse divorces her. Exactly. Like, it honestly makes me sad that, like, that is the definition to this woman of a weak woman. Like, hey, for some reason you're weak because your husband was a coward? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me. I think you're actually strong for believing in your choice in partner. And that sucks that if that did happen, they proved your choice wrong. But I still think you're much stronger for having that trust and giving it rather than gatekeeping that trust from your partner. Like I said at the beginning, she didn't even give him the opportunity to break the trust. Sad. It's just sad, bro. Oh, sorry, I gotta switch screens. That is word for word what she said to me. I don't remember anything else exactly, but I will never forget that. She broke my heart and threw away our relationship because somehow in her mind that translated to being strong. She then started to tell me we could get back together again, but at that point I just told her flat out that wasn't happening. What it comes down to for me is that I just can't trust her. I would always be worrying about the same thing happening again. She cried a lot and tried convincing me for a little while. When I got up to leave, she threw her iced coffee in my face and stormed out. Like, wholly not able to take accountability for your actions. I think OP's dodging a bullet right now. So yeah, we're definitely not getting back together. I have the closure I always wanted. I wish it felt better. I've been dwelling on it for the past day and a half. I keep wondering if there's something I could have done better. Some way I could have saved our relationship. But I know there's not. I blocked her number. I kind of hope I never hear from her again. Me too, boss. That is one of the saddest stories I think I've ever read, just in terms of like a good dude who was like down to do the hard thing that a lot of people wouldn't. And not only did his partner not even give him the chance, but she can't even see that not giving him the chance was the wrong thing to do. Man, that's sad. Ugh, just unbelievably sad, bro. Hot take, I'll say it again for the end of the video. I think it's a huge red flag if your partner isn't even open to therapy. I understand dragging your feet on it and whatnot, but like if shit hit the fans for me, I'm not. I have to be transparent with you guys. I'm not actively in therapy right now. If shit hit the fans for me, I would immediately go into therapy. Like, I think it's so helpful. I think I actually honestly should be in therapy. I think I just operate in a way that like I'm doing okay without it. I think it would benefit me, but right now my time is very limited and I would like to use it for other things, but I really should. I think it's a good, like, even a good working car needs an oil change every once in a while. I think that's a great way to describe it. That being said, being completely closed off to it, I think is just bad comms, bad looks. And anybody who's getting in a relationship with somebody, if their partner isn't open to it, I think you should take that very seriously. Because what that tells me is no matter what, they're going to think they're fine, no matter what's going on. And it's probably going to result in them taking it out on you, similar to what happened in the story. You should eventually get your therapist license. I don't think so, Adelaide. I think my mindset only works really well for me. Like, don't get me wrong, I will always kind of like share what I would do in certain situations, but like it's come up in many videos. Like the way that I would operate does not work for everybody. Like clearly there are people who watch my videos, but like for me it works. You know? For me it works to operate on those things and I just don't I don't know. I give advice to a lot of people and I just don't like it. You know? I just don't like it. I'm kind of a control freak. I would just much rather be focused on like me, my close friends, my close family, my girlfriend. Like those are the people that I want to be the therapist for. I don't want to be everybody's therapist. He makes way more as a YouTuber. That is also true, hippie mom. You are correct. Letting others convince you to divorce your spouse when the relationship is good and they treat you well makes you weak. I agree with that too, Katana. That is good comms. The real people that she should be mad at are herself and her friends. Does Beans have a therapy license? I wouldn't be surprised. His therapy license is just him cuddling with me, bro. Damn. Just damn. Hey, Icarus, thank you for the gifted 1 month tier 1 sub. Fall Raven, I know you have good manners, but in case you didn't, make sure to say thank you to Icarus, all right? Good manners and good manners only. All right, chat? Last thing, and then we'll move on here. The top comment on this post is the whiplash between "you can't blame me, I was having mental health issues," and "I don't and never will need therapy" is wild. It's crazy. Like, the cognitive dissonance there is just grating. That's wild, bruh. Chat, let's keep it rocking and ripping and ripping and rocking. If you guys are on YouTube, make sure to like up my stream. We got 104 people watching, 67 likes. Let's get, 67. Let's get that up to 75. If you guys are on the Twitch, make sure to follow. We are almost at 5,600 followers, 9 away. So if you're lurking, watching, not following, please make sure to do so. That'd be greatly appreciated. No matter where you're at, though, turn on those post notifications so you can be notified whenever I go live, baby. Okay, here we go. Am I the a-hole for the email I sent to a teacher about her "you have to include everyone" rules, saying that it was a dangerous lesson? Originally posted to r/am I the a-hole on April 24th, 2022. My daughter is 12. I'm trying to teach her ways of creating and respecting her boundaries that are age appropriate. Teaching her that it's okay to say no to things she feels uncomfortable with. W, absolutely, especially for a woman. There's a boy in her class who keeps bothering her and her female friends at recess. I've encouraged her to go to me or her teacher when this happens. My daughter told me a few days ago that in class, the teacher had asked the kids to form groups of about 4 or 5. She had formed a group of 5 with some other... My daughter had formed a group of 5 with some other girls. Then the boy who had been giving her trouble at recess came over and said he was joining their group. Another girl said that they already had 5, and he should work with a group who only had 2 or 3 people. He said no, because the teacher had said about 4 or 5. My daughter then said that they didn't want to work with him, and he should find another group. A few of the other girls agreed with her. He said that, "You can't exclude me like that, it's against class rules." And she said she didn't care. I love her. She's a diva. Your daughter's so funny. I heard about this from my daughter first, and the way she talked about it, she had been firm, but not unkind. But then, I got an email from her teacher saying she wanted to call. She said there had been an incident at school where my daughter had excluded She said there had been an incident at school where my daughter had excluded another child, and that wasn't allowed in her class, and she wanted me to have a talk with her about it. Her telling of events was the same as my daughter's. I felt proud of my daughter for her honesty. I sent her an email saying, "Dear Miss Teacher, I'm sorry, but that is not a lesson I feel comfortable teaching my daughter. She's at an age where she's already having to deal with unwanted attention, and I'm making a point to teach her that she does not have to be around anyone who makes her uncomfortable, and that a young lady is able to choose to spend time with people who make her feel respected. I understand you are already aware boy has been behaving in ways that has been behaving in ways that she feels uncomfortable with at recess from our prior conversations. I think it is a very dangerous lesson to teach a girl she has to include and be kind to everyone, instead of teaching her to be aware of when someone is not respecting her no and stepping out of the situation." Bro, this is such a good fucking parent. Like, yes, queen, absolutely, fuck this teacher. I'm honestly surprised this teacher isn't a man. That's what I was expecting, I'm not gonna lie. I hope I don't have to explain in too much detail why I find this important, but to put it briefly, I was brought up with the include everyone mindset. No exceptions. It taught me to ignore my own comfort level, and as I became a young adult, I became the victim of men who used my inability to say no to their advantage. It's a dangerous lesson and no longer appropriate at that age. Thank you, OP. She emailed me back asking for a meeting in person with the principal. I'm preparing for that, but wondering if my email was too harsh. Am I the a-hole for my response to my daughter's teacher? Absolutely not, bro. I'm more worried that these adults are too stupid and immature to know that what you're preaching should be the gospel, baby. Yeah, y'all are saying it in chat. Let her cook. For real. We need to stop raising women to not empower their no and not set boundaries for themselves. Like, you just hear time and time again where women grow up with that mindset and it puts them in dangerous situations, in harmful situations. Like, I love this for OP. I love this for OP's daughter. She's going to grow up standing on business when she says no. I really hope that principal isn't a terrorist, man. Like, I'm all for including kids when it makes sense, right? Like, if this was a bully situation of like, well, I don't want to include you because you're stupid and lame and ugly. Like, that's totally different. That is a completely different thing that is related to something else, right? But when it's like, hey, this dude is like a terrorist and he's just doing this to disrespect my no, and let's be honest, he probably has a crush on OP and or OP's friends. Like, that's on him and his parents to teach that's not how you go about doing that stuff. And it's on OP to enforce, like, and it's on OP to teach her daughter to not put up with that. And it's on the teacher to identify those situations and be able to distinguish between bullying and setting boundaries. Unfortunately, and this is an issue for another time, but our teachers are not paid to actually be good teachers. Sorry, our teachers are not paid enough to actually be good teachers. If a whole group of girls is against working with one kid, the teacher should be looking more into what's going on. I agree, Nico. Like, how is that not throwing up red flags in your head? Hey, this group of 5 girls doesn't fuck with this boy. Maybe this boy is awful. Chat, let's keep it going. Oh, we have relevant comments. I didn't even realize that. Okay. Relevant comments. OP to a downvoted comment on why this is important. I feel like a better lesson for future life is that if you're in a group, i.e. workplace, where someone has done stuff to make you feel uncomfortable, it's okay to not want to work with them. It's okay to ask your boss to reassign you or the other person, or to report harassment to HR, or even if HR and management don't address harassment, to leave a job. Your safety is worth more than professionalism. I feel like that's just life, there isn't a way out of it kind of attitude is dangerous because harassment doesn't have to be a part of life and there's always a way out. Hell yeah. I stayed at a job for way too long where my boss was harassing me, and I wish I had the lesson at the time of your safety and dignity is worth more than whatever they're paying you. Find a new job ASAP. OOP to another deleted commenter on what the bully has done. When my daughter and his female friends were having girl talk, that they'd be embarrassed to have other people over here, in parentheses, nothing too embarrassing, just talking about kissing, which I guess is what passes as scandalous at that age, LOL. He hid near them and listened in for a while. He also chases a few of the girls around the playground, even though they don't want to play that way, and keeps yelling at him to stop it and leave them alone. Question about if the kid has friends. I'm not really sure. My daughter never said either way. She said that she tries to keep away from him and not pay attention to what he's up to when she can help it. So I'm not sure she'd know. Damn, this commenter said, considering they're a group of 5 girls and the teacher is calling out the daughter for being exclusive, I am inclined to think, without more info, that this kid may be an outcast. I kind of get snooty girl vibes from this, but I could be totally off the mark. I mean, I don't think it's snooty girl vibes based off of what they said. And OP confirming with the teacher that that's what she said. Like I said, if she was like, if the daughter had said something along the lines of, "You're ugly, we don't want you here, leave you alone," I think that's an issue, right? That is an outcast being a mean girl. For you to be like, "Hey, we have 5 people, and we also just don't fuck with you. Please leave us alone," that's a completely different scenario. OP replied to that saying, "My daughter really isn't that type. If anything, I think she struggles with standing up for herself without feeling bad about it afterwards. I'm trying to teach her it's not something to feel guilty about." Also, a serious question for you. What about my post gave the impression that my daughter was unreasonable or mean? It is a very concerning trend when I see that anytime a girl stands up for her boundaries, there's some voice going, "Oh, but did she go too far? Was she really justified?" No, for real. That is like the stupid idiot man in the Instagram comments type shit. Like, why can't you just look at something of like, hey, this woman is standing up for herself and creating a boundary, and she's allowed to do that? Why every time do you have to go to fucking defend the man? Fuck the man. Seriously, I'm curious, can you reflect on what made you ask that and really consider how dangerous a message that can be if you ask the same thing about young women in your life? Yeah, bro, I mean, I'm sure the person who left this comment doesn't have a lot of women who feel comfortable around him. You know? Oh. God damn. Blue. Blue, where'd you come from, bruh? Blue with a little 5 gifted over on the Twitch. Guys, if you've got a gifted sub from Blue who plays games, I need y'all to say thank you, all right, chat? Let me see. Goopy Goose, Tension, Shelly Daggers, Demon Mushroom Sam, and Jay Overnight. Y'all got some thank yous you got to throw out there to Blue. Blue, thank you for that. Also, thank you for subscribing for 1 month at tier 1. Been subscribed. Nope, just kidding. Not been subscribed. That's your first month. Thank you for the first month. Good to have you. Icarus, thank you for the gifted 1 month tier 1 sub to Shrek. Shrek, I know you have bad manners, so I got to remind you to say thank you, bro. I got to remind you to say thank you. Thank you, Blue. I appreciate it. Where was I? Okay, let's just go on to the next comments. This is the last one. Commenter said, "Unless you're a doormat, you already know you weren't the a-hole. Now, be very firm that you want that boy as far as possible from your daughter and that you will personally sue the school and the teacher if something ever happens." OP said, "Haha, as much as I try to teach my daughter about boundaries, it still is something I struggle with feeling guilty about sometimes. Hard to unlearn those wrong lessons, which is honestly why I want to teach her differently from a young age so she doesn't grow up with that baggage, lol." Yeah, I think everybody in a lot of ways grows up with that baggage. I just think women more so because women are taught to make themselves small. Minorities too. They're taught to make themselves small. I love this for OP, bro. Yeah, I hope she chews this guy out, honestly. Chat, what are y'all saying? Every time, bro, get a new bit. Says the person whose bit is to ask my cat to show hole. Hey, Jay, we love the good manners. Good manners and good manners only in this chat. We love it. We love it. Hey, Raya's back. What up, Raya? Epstein-coded commenter? No, for real. Chicken is coming for Shrek's job? No, for real. Chicken, you stealing Shrek's bit, bruh? Aw, we got you, Raya. You can come here to hang out. Always have a place to hang out in this chat. Oh, shit, chat, ads are in progress. We're not going to read for a minute and 20 seconds. I'm excited to read this update. I hope OP rips him a new one. I hope the principal's not a bad person, you know? I'm gonna get his soda. Oh my god, that sounds amazing, bro. Maybe I'll go get it. Maybe I'll go on my run, and then I'll run over to the gas station and grab a soda too, really quick. Oh, hi, Beans. Hey, buddy. Oh, you know what, chat? I need to give him his wet food. Okay, hold on. Let me go get Beans his wet food really quick, and then we'll get rocking and ripping on the rest of the read. Beans. We back, y'all. We back. Damn, Cat Piff with a little gifted sub to Bounty Ball. Cat Piff, thank you for the gifted sub. Lots of generous people today, guys. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Make sure we're saying our thank yous. All right, chat. Good manners and good manners only. All right. All right. Clut Loops, thank you for the bits. Thank you for the biddies. All right, chat. Let's do the update. Here we go. Update April 26, 2022, 2 days later. I reached out to the parents of the other 4 girls in the class who were involved, and we all coordinated to go speak to the school administrator together. Smart. They had similar views, thinking it was inappropriate for the school to expect the girls work with someone who they're not comfortable with, and frustrated the teacher didn't do more to deal with the issues during recess that made the girls uncomfortable to start with. I ended up asking the school if we could reschedule the meeting to a time all the involved families could make, and we ended up meeting this afternoon along with my husband, another couple, 2 mothers, and a father, along with the teacher and principal. We all presented a united front asking for the following. The school does training for the teachers on trauma-informed teaching methods and the dangers of expecting young women to go against their best judgment of their own boundaries to be nice. Instead of include everyone, the kids should be allowed to respectfully set boundaries and taught to respect each other's boundaries. The school addresses harassment in class or at recess and doesn't enable it to continue. We went to talk, and I think it went a lot better having all the parents join instead of if I'd gone alone. I agree. I honestly am kind of flabbergasted I didn't think of that. That's so much smarter. Strength in numbers, baby. The teacher and the principal apologized, and the principal agreed to look for resources on how to better navigate the balance between being inclusive and not forcing kids into including someone who is crossing a line with them. Thanks for all the amazing advice in the comments. I cannot believe how much this blew up, and I'm grateful to everyone who replied with advice and support. And honestly, was getting pretty emotional hearing how the lessons I'm trying to teach my little one resonated with other women, whether they're moms too, or having been through some same struggles I have. Oh, God, we love to hear that. Thank God. I was going to be pissed if it was like, and then our principal was a terrorist. You know? Damn, good parents on Reddit? I know, for real. Hell yeah, man. If you have kids nowadays, I think it's so important to teach them to respect boundaries. And I think it's important to teach women to stand up and enforce their boundaries. It's important to teach men to respect those boundaries. Or excuse me, it's important to teach younger boys to respect those boundaries and advocate for women. I think that part's important too. You can respect women's boundaries, but standing up to your guy friends that aren't respecting their boundaries is just as equally as important. Damn, Ash, what the hell? Ash with a little 10 gifted. Hold on, I'm scrolling up. I gotta call these people out. Marax, Star Blue Knight, Ollie Poppy. No, wait. Ollie Polly, Maddie Galati, 1010 Cardi, Phoenix, IX Pill XI, Spider-Man, Mad Sunshine, and Not Lethal. Y'all owe Home Skilly Vanilli Sahori Ash a little thank you. Sahori Ash, thank you for supporting. I appreciate you. I did it for chicken. Thank you for doing it for chicken, Sahori Ash. That's true, chicken. No more. No more. You must save for wedding. Save for wedding. He has also said he's not sure about unions. Okay, first off, Postal D. First chat in here to talk shit is crazy. Second, I'm pretty sure all I said about unions and why I'm not sure about them is because the only ones that have actually ever sounded effective are the police unions. And that's because they're very gung-ho about getting their police officers off with no consequences. Other than that, I've heard nightmare union stories. That's all I said. That's all I said. I didn't say that the idea of a union doesn't sound great. It just sounds like they're not as effective as they could be. So, chill the fuck out. Fucking, that seemed like a out of left field way to talk shit about me. And me personally, I don't fuck with that. Like, get out of here. If you're gonna misquote me, at least make it more... If you're going to talk shit about me, at least don't misquote me. Getting the police off? Oh, you're right, Lee. Honestly, though, let's be honest. Police officers probably closeted. They probably getting themselves off all around there. What is IATSE? I never even heard of that. The only boys in blue I trust / respect are the Postal Service. Oh, hi, Mr. Beans. Come up here, sweet boy. Come up here, sweet boy. Yeah, I think SAG's a great example for a terrible union. I'm sure there are some good ones out there. I forgot. There was another union I heard of recently that just like, they were like set up to basically advocate for the company that they were like unionizing against. I don't know. I can't remember. Hello, Mr. Beans. Hi. Yes, my sweet, sweet boy. Sweet, sweet boy alert. Swamp. Yes. Sweet, sweet boy alert. Ooh. Oh, he said no, Dad. It is time for me to show hole. Y'all caused this, bruh. Y'all caused Beans to show hole, man. Mr. Beans, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Wow, 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 wow. Beans, I kind of have to keep rocking and ripping on this stream, bro. I gotta finish this story so I can finish up. Y'all, I have so much shit I gotta do today or tonight. I'm lucky my flight doesn't leave until noon tomorrow. So I have until like 10:30. That's when my assistant's gonna drive me to the airport. But I need to edit the reaction video for the trad wife thing. I need to record my intros for my 2 videos that I have edited, but not finished and rendered, that are going to go up while I'm gone. I need to go on my run. I also need to run tomorrow morning because I'm not going to have time to run when I land in Boston. Ooh, you are shedding, Mr. Beans. A sheddy boy. There's some other stuff that I need to do that I'm forgetting. Oh, I haven't even packed yet. Hi, Beans. I love you. My mom also loves Beans. Beans, send your best wishes to Raya's mom. You know, he's rubbing his face against chat on my monitor right now. So, in theory, he's rubbing his face on you guys. Wow, what a silly boy you are. The silliest and the billiest. Kitty butt bongos, exactly. Oh my god, his hair's getting in my nose. It's making me itchy. You're making me itchy, Mr. Beans. An itchy boy. Wait, that's me. You're not itchy. Oh, he want pets. You're so silly, Mr. Bates. I wish he would, like, come lay here, bruh. Like, because then I could read and give him attention, but he wants to, like, actively search my desk. As if he doesn't have any recollection of, like, anything on my desk ever. Hey, don't chew on my wire. You never do that. What are you doing? Ah, put it away. Put it away. All right, chat. We do have to keep going, y'all. We do have to keep going. Hey, what up, Shucks? Raya with a little gifted sub to Shucks. That's so cute of y'all. That's so cute. Ben didn't even see it. I just saw, bro. God forbid I get distracted by my cat. God forbid. Alrighty, chat. Let's keep it rocking and ripping and ripping and rocking. We got one more story. This is actually the bonus post for this video. I totally forgot to read bonus posts for my Am I the A-hole and Am I the Devil 15 most upvoted. And I can't read a bonus post for, I can't fit the bonus post in there because by the time that those videos need to go up, the content's just not going to be done. At least because I'm going to be out of town, like I'm not going to be able to edit it in. Oh my God, I totally didn't turn on my on-air sign. Guys, why did nobody tell me? Chat, what the hell? How dare you guys? How dare y'all? Did you know that cats fold their buttholes when they sit? I did not know that. You folding your butthole right now, bro? Sorry, that was kind of loud. Oh, you guys can't even see him. You folding your butthole? A little butthole foldy boy. A butthole foldy boy. That's Beans. That's Beans for you, chat. Y'all, if you guys are on the YouTube, make sure to like up the stream. We got 103 people watching, 79 likes. I know we could get that to 85, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. If you guys are on the Twitch, make sure to follow no matter where you're at. Turn on the post notice so you can be notified whenever I go live, baby. All right, here we go. My friend is hiding a wedding reception inside 4 reservations. Will this go badly? I don't even know how that's possible, but here we go. Originally posted to r/restaurant on August 7th, 2026. Wow, this is fresh off the press. My friend is having an intimate wedding ceremony, followed by a dinner for about 30 people at a restaurant. Plot twist, the dinner guests don't know it's a wedding reception. On top of that, she has not reserved the private party room. She's made 4 separate reservations under 4 different names and plans to just move tables together when everyone arrives. This is a Saturday reservation, 4 to 7 p.m. according to the Evite, at a popular, large, 300-seat waterfront seafood restaurant in a major city. Wow. That's a lot of question marks to be throwing in to such an occasion. I'm nervous this will all fall apart on her and us guests upon arrival. So what's the likely outcome here? Is there anything she could do to make this go smoothly if she won't just call ahead? Which is what I've strongly recommended. Sigh. Edit to add, the guests are paying for themselves and I don't think they are aware of this plan. Neither the bill responsibility nor the reservation nonsense. She told me and her mom and sister about it, but the Evite I received was very vague. Join us to celebrate friend and fiance at X restaurant. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. If one of my friends did this, I'd kind of be fucking annoyed. I also just don't think the restaurant's gonna fuck with this. Like, there's no way that at a place where you have to make reservations, they're just gonna go, oh shit. Yeah, surely we can put enough tables for 30 people to sit together at a restaurant. I feel like this is just a dumpster fire waiting to happen. Relevant comments. First person said that's extremely shitty behavior. OP said I cannot disagree. Commenter 2, it's pretty simple. This is not going to happen in any way, shape, or form the way they think it will. The chances all 4 reservations are located right next to each other is slim. The chance that a busy, popular restaurant on a waterfront in a busy city on a Saturday night isn't at or near capacity is slim to none. The restaurant won't be able to accommodate anything other than the individual reservations as they were made. It's absolutely stupid to do this, but I bet it's because they either can't afford or tried to book too late the private area. My best guess is that she thinks they'll just slide them into the private area without the booking cost and minimums, but restaurants don't staff for party rooms when they aren't pre-planned and prepaid with guaranteed minimums to cover the labor. Let us know how things pan out, OP. That's so funny. Yeah, tell us about the dumpster fire. OP said, will do. Yes, it's an affordability issue, but that's no excuse. Do what you can afford and in a way that's considerate to all involved. I'm really taken aback by this. Okay, chat. Moral dilemma. Because OP knows that this is being hidden from the guests, does OP have a moral obligation to tell them? Discuss. I'm kind of leaning towards maybe tell your friends who you're close with who are getting invited, hey dog, you're walking into a shitstorm, maybe just say that you can't come. So like maybe not everybody, because I do think that they should endure the consequences of their actions a little bit, but like I'm trying to think, if I know that one of my friends is about to pull this fuck shit on me and another one of my best friends, I'm probably just going to tell my best friend like, hey bro, just a heads up, here's what's happening. So like, be prepared. Oh, you guys are saying yes and give a heads up to the restaurant. I mean, if anything, I think the restaurant is going to be like, fuck no, you can't put tables together. And or they're going to kick them out. They're going to be like, hey, so you're pulling some fuck shit. We don't want you here. I think that's what's going to happen. And low key, I think that's what should happen to the people who are throwing this party. Me personally, like, give them the boot. I wouldn't even tell the restaurant, you know? Let the restaurant put them to shame. Or make it awkward for the couple, right? Hey, you guys can't push tables together. If you want your tables, then go to your tables. Otherwise, get the fuck out. Commenter 3, those tables will not be close to each other. Someone will keep saying, why can't we? Or we just want to, like it's no big deal. The manager will try to find a happy medium. The servers will cry/curse in the walk-in. No one will tip anywhere near enough for the trouble. Record everything you see and post here Monday. Opie said, I will definitely post an update. I'm planning to leave early if things get too ridiculous, though. For what it's worth, she's not confrontational. In parentheses, just inconsiderate surrounding this wedding. So if they shut it down, she'll go along with whatever they say. But I don't believe there's a plan B. At least she hasn't said anything to me about it. Commenter 4, they'll probably just end up eating at separate tables and come by to tell her congratulations, but it won't be a reception. It'll be separate dinners for everyone. Who is paying? OP said the guests. Commenter 5, oof, she needs to be at... Commenter 5, oof, she needs to, at minimum, tip on top of what people leave. People are going to be irritated, which generally doesn't make them great dinners or... Oh, diners. Which generally doesn't make them great diners or tippers. What a nightmare. OP said, I'll definitely leave a hefty tip for my table. Do the guests know they are going to pay for their meals? OP, I'm not sure. She told me, but the evite I received was very vague. Join us to celebrate friend and fiance at X restaurant. The additional guests invited to the dinner are unaware of the small wedding plan for earlier that day. This is just a fucking nightmare, bro. Yeah, like I said, I think if there are people close to you going, definitely let them know that they're walking into a shitstorm, but man, that is just probably one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. I just feel like there's so much better ways to go about this. Like, honestly, just host a dinner in your backyard or something like that, in a friend's backyard. Like, this is just the absolute worst way to do it. At this point, just stay home, my G. That's so true. I mean, so guys, explain this to me, because I've never been a server, so I don't know. So if she made... I actually, just really quick, I do... So, to clarify, I do understand the discrepancy of, like, hey, these people are going to walk into something they're unexpecting, so they're probably going to be, like, a little irritated and maybe not tip well. I understand that section. But, in theory, they should be equipped to cater to these dinner guests, assuming they don't cave in to, like, oh, yeah, I guess take the party room, you know? Like, I think any restaurant should deal with this situation in a way that's like, no, absolutely fucking not. Like, you can sit at your assigned reservation tables or you can fucking leave, you know? And if they stay, the hosts should be able to, like, serve dinner as seen. Don't get me wrong, it's still inconsiderate of that person, but I'm like... I don't know. I think I would walk out as a server, not gonna lie. That's gonna be a packed house, completely full, and this bride is gonna try to play musical chairs with my setup. Yeah, I guess I'm just assuming that the manager is gonna hear this shit and be like, fuck no, bro. Like, it doesn't even sound possible. Yeah, they're just not going to let them push tables together, and the tables will likely be nowhere near each other. That's how I feel like this is going to play out, Mbem. A party of 30 takes more work than 5 parties of 6. Keep in mind, Icarus, this is they made 4 separate reservations to accommodate all 30 people. So it's more like parties of 7 to 8 people across multiple tables. Don't get me wrong, it's still not a great look and it's not a great idea, but I think you guys just like aren't like keeping track of how this is going to play out. Because in my head, the only way this plays out, assuming they have a manager who's down to fucking put their foot down, it's going to play out where they're going to be like, fuck no, go sit at your tables or leave. You're assuming they have a good manager. I mean, called me so-so. I'm going based off of like the way she described this place. It sounds like a fancier restaurant. 300 person plus restaurant with seating by the water, with waterfront seating. It's a seafood restaurant. Like, I'm kind of assuming this is an upscale place. It's not just like a sports bar, but you're right. Maybe they have a bad manager. I don't know. Let's see. Update added onto the original post, August 10th, 2026, 3 days later. Update. Ultimately, it wasn't terrible. After reading some of the strong reactions here, thank you so much, I had a gentle chat with my friend. She wasn't super receptive, but something clicked and she at least gave the manager a heads up day of. Several guests didn't come and I can't blame them given the circumstances. It ended up being about 20 guests and we were seated at a long table. The manager was great, even when my friends seemed clueless about their policy that they don't itemize separate checks for each guest. Oh my God, that's a big check. Many thanks to the restaurant staff for being so accommodating and for making everything feel so seamless. Shout out to the restaurants everywhere that are so gracious instead of ma'am, this is a Wendy's, LOL, even when deserved. I'll be giving a glowing review because they earned every star. Okay. I guess that went the way that I didn't think it would go. Yeah, I guess probably the better advice would be like, oh my God, tell your friend she's being fucking crazy. Low key though, manager that restaurant kind of got scammed. Also, did they end up telling the guests that they were responsible for their parts of the check? I think that would probably annoy me the most. It wouldn't be the end of the world, but that would be something like if me and my girlfriend went to our friend's like celebration of who they were and we weren't told that we had to cover the check. I would pay for it, but then I would probably be in the car later and be like, okay, what the fuck was that? You know? They did get scammed unless they added auto gratuity and it somehow was super duper easy on the servers. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too, bro. I mean, I hope it was like a super fancy, overpriced restaurant and everybody tipped. I mean, it didn't sound like people were annoyed and mad. So, like, hopefully. Oh, and it also sounded like it was all on one check. So, hopefully they tipped well, I guess. I don't know. I think out of anything, maybe later on have a conversation with your friend of like, hey, do you understand like how rude that is and kind of inconsiderate? You know, once I feel like everybody around their wedding day is probably like super stressed and cannot handle having a constructive conversation about their behavior during that time. But after the fact, I think it's okay to open up like, hey, so can we just like go over this situation and talk about how like bad it is for the servers, for the restaurant, for your friends to like do this to somebody, like, you really shouldn't do that kind of thing ever again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is why, now that I'm reading your guys' chats, I'm pretty sure this is why some restaurants have that, like, any reservations with above 8 to 10 people, you automatically tip 20%. I think that's fair. Low-key tipping culture fucking sucks, but I think that's totally fair. Sorry, tipping culture sucks because the restaurants should just fucking pay their workers how much they're owed. But with societal norms, if you're going to go do that, you should be expected to tip 20%. Yeah, I'm very interested in, like, how that all played out. Cause, like, I'm trying to think, y'all, you guys are, like, saying this is relationship ending. If my friends who, like, listen, I'm just making assumptions here. I'm assuming if this is how this couple's going about the marriage, they probably aren't, like, the most well off. Because, like, let's be honest, weddings are expensive. Wedding receptions are expensive. Like, we shouldn't completely undermine that. That being said, like, I feel like with some of my friends who are, like, maybe not as financially well off as I am, I'm a little bit more look the other way when they do things. If, you know, if they're a good friend of mine and I know they don't have any malice towards me, like, I'm more willing to, like, cover things financially and, like, look the other way, you know? Like, maybe order a couple more Ubers for them, maybe buy a couple more drinks for us. Like, it's just, I don't know, I think it's, like, at least for me, it's almost like an unspoken, like, I don't know. But I guess the other part to that is they had no clue that this was celebrating their wedding reception. Like, none of them knew that they were there to celebrate their marriage. So I don't know, man. That whole thing is just, like, a little bit weird. I feel like that's just one of those things where on the drive home, they were like, what the fuck? The fact that many friends didn't go makes me wonder if some people ended up resentful. I mean, I don't think they had any information to be resentful about, right? Like, it didn't sound like they told the people what was going on until they got there. Like, it sounds like it just, you know, like, have you guys ever gotten, like, a party full or an Evite and people like, oh yeah, I'm going, and then the day of comes and they're just like, I don't really want to fucking go. Like, I'm guessing that's what's happened. Like, I'm guessing that's what happened. Hey, good night, Raya. Sweet dream. Hope bet. I mean, like I said, guys, I don't even think they can be resentful or can't be bothered with it because they didn't know. Like, the only people who have the chance of being resentful are the people that went and were like, what the fuck? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm a chronic maybe replier on Partiful. Me too. Honestly, me too, Mbem. That's just how it be sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta hit him with the maybe. Gotta hit him with the maybe. Alrighty, chat. Who are we rating? I kind of, y'all, you know what? I kind of just want to rip the kibbies, I think. We're just going to rip the kibbies. Chat, go say hello to the kibbies for me. Chat, this is the last stream before I'm with my girlfriend. I am bringing my streaming equipment to my girlfriend's place. I don't know if I'm going to stream that much. I'm hopefully at least going to stream Wednesday and Friday, but even that's not guaranteed. I might stream Saturday or Sunday. It really just depends, y'all. I just kind of want to spend time with my girlfriend. We might actually, I'm going to bring my stream phone and we might actually stream some like, I don't know, crafts time, or maybe we'll do like a car fast food run or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Alrighty, guys, tell the kibbies I said hello. See you guys in the next one. Bye. Go, 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 go.